Great. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are live now. Still 4 minutes to go. But because I'm streaming this live on YouTube also, so I started a couple of minutes ahead so that if there were any glitches, technical challenges, I could have fixed those in advance. But it seems it's good. We are doing good. The topic today is Project Economics Mastery. The recording will be available for a replay. Along with that, a world-class case study that we will be using during this webinar, and a productivity tool, profitability calculation tool that we'll be using during this webinar will be with you after the webinar. Few more minutes to go. Project Economics Mastery webinar. While looking at the invitation, while looking at the topic, some people may feel, oh, that means it's for project managers and program managers. Almost all of us manage projects and programs formally or informally in our professional and personal lives. So this webinar is of interest to all. Nothing comes free in this world. So there are economics in the project also, and that's what the topic today is. The session is being streamed live on YouTube also, my YouTube channel. Very easy to find me, Daman Dev Sood. Topic today is Project Economics. Looking at the topic, at the invitation, some people could have thought, oh, this was not my cup of tea. The fact is that all of us manage projects and programs formally or informally in our professional and personal lives. So this is for everyone, all of us. Nothing comes free in this world. So projects and programs don't come free. And for that reason, there is economics in project and program. Exactly the time to start. So formally, welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's start discussions. Quickly, the points that we would like to cover. Raj is a project manager, his story. Quick look at project economics, a world-class case study. We'll play with the tool, and those artifacts are for you, with you. After the webinar, you will have access to all this. The name is Daman Dev Sood. I'm an international residence trainer and consultant, fellow of BCI, fellow of BCS, senior member of IEEE ambassador, and an international Toastmaster. I'm a practitioner, which means I have dirtied my hands myself. Before I started preaching, teaching, training, I have done it myself. I have practiced it myself. Trainer, consultant, author, 5 published books, speaker, hundreds of national, international summits and conferences, auditor, assessor, mentor, and coach. I'm based in Jadi, India. So this is a story of Raj. Once upon a time, there was a dedicated project manager named Raj. He worked tirelessly in a renowned consulting firm, managing significant transformation projects. Despite his intelligence and commitment, Raj faced a major challenge. His projects consistently went over budget, and the expected results fell short of both his firm and his clients' expectations. However, one day, Raj stumbled upon a game changer, project economics. It was as if a light bulb had switched on in his mind, and he realized that this was the missing puzzle piece in his management toolkit. The economic aspects of his projects had been overlooked in his career development so far, and he couldn't believe he hadn't recognized its importance sooner. This is the course that the story revolves around, Certified Delivering Excellence Specialist course, which is CPD certified. This is a typical day in a project manager's life. From planning and scheduling to managing resources and communication, Raj had a lot on his plate. It was like walking a tightrope, keeping all the stakeholders happy while making sure everything was running smoothly. And don't forget, managing the project finances, a balancing act where every penny counts and profitability is the name of the game, because money doesn't grow on trees. But there's more to the story. Every project comes with its fair share of risks, and Raj had to be a master at handling them. It's like being a fearless warrior, anticipating and tackling challenges head on to keep the project on track. Raj believed in nurturing and mentoring his team for optimal performance. Hiring and firing were tough, but essential for building a strong and capable team. Data analysis played a significant role in Raj's project management. Analyzing project data provided insights for future planning and decision making. So let's take a deep dive into what Raj did and excelled. This is a real lesson from the course. We will spend more time on cost and profitability. Project economics is a crucial pillar in project management, guiding managers toward success by effectively managing costs, estimations, and profitability. Let us explore these components and their transformative impact. At the heart of project economics lies effective cost management. It involves planning, estimating, budgeting, controlling, and analyzing project costs. Understanding cost estimation allows project managers to make informed decisions based on accurate projections, ensuring realistic timelines, resource allocation, and budget planning. Effective cost management is a vital element in ensuring the successful execution of projects within budgetary constraints. To achieve this, several essential components play a pivotal role in financial control and optimization. Developing a detailed financial plan outlining estimated costs for all project activities helps project managers compare and track actual expenses, enabling them to stay on target financially. Continuously monitoring and recording project expenditures ensures expenses are well documented, allowing prompt identification and resolution of budget deviations. A good practice here is to record as soon as you spend. Otherwise, there is a tendency of forgetting, which may skew up the data, the result, and the performance as it may appear for your project. Implementing measures to manage and regulate project expenses effectively involves analyzing budget variances, identifying cost overruns, and taking corrective actions to maintain financial discipline. So when you monitor this, you find out the reason, then you will be able to have control. You will be able to fix it for future. Whatever we do, there will be changing in a project. So efficiently addressing and managing changes during the project lifecycle minimizes potential cost escalations resulting from alterations in requirements, scope, or schedule. Providing regular and transparent updates on project finances to stakeholders offers valuable insights for informed decision-making and accountability. Reporting, I have always said, is the most powerful weapon in the hands of the project manager to tell his or her story, achievements, shortcomings, risks, escalations, seeking advice, etc. We had seen in Raj's typical day, there was a risk management task also. Identifying and assessing potential risks that could impact project costs allows project managers to proactively mitigate risks and allocate contingency funds as necessary. Conducting post-project evaluations to identify successes and areas for improvement refines cost estimation, budgeting, and financial management practices for future projects. Mastering the skill of accurate estimation is the backbone of project planning. At this point, I wanted to introduce this world-class case study that I have developed on project economics and risk management. Taking a moment to see participants. You can unmute yourself and speak. Kiran, if you wish, you can switch on the camera also. I'm going to share this case study in the chat box. You can download, and I request you spend some time on this. Are you with me, Kiran?
Yeah.
Great, thank you very much. So give me a few seconds, please. Takes a little time because we are attempting to do this live. I've just shared the case study there. I request you download and open it. The story is about a company based in US company called DVD Consultancy. One of their assignments, their project programs, with a government entity in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Kiran, have you been able to download this? As the session is being recorded with a view intention to share the recording with other people who couldn't join live, I'm showing this on the screen also, but I'll have to go a bit fast here. So DBD Consultancy is a prominent consulting firm operating globally with a strong presence in the USA. With over 12 years of experience, DBD Consultancy delivers comprehensive training and consulting services across industries and countries, consistently achieving successful outcomes for its clients. They work with a vision to deliver excellence to their customers. Here is the case. Kiran, I hope you are not being disturbed by my reading at the same time.
No, not really. That's right.
Great, thank you. DBD Consultancy was approached by Swift LLP from KSA to undertake a challenging project involving the implementation of organizational resilience in a government entity located within the same country, that is KSA. Located within the same country. At the same time, DBD Consultancy had no prior business relationships either with Swift LLP or the client. Initial discussions with Swift LLP were positive. Maple Consultants was then introduced as leading the contract with the client. Maple Consultants, Swift LLP, and the client were all based in the KSA. DBD Consultancy had no prior relationship with Maple Consultants either. The period was the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic. A tender was floated. Swift LLP was the intermediary for tendering and contracting purposes. The proposal had to be submitted through local consultancy, Maple Consultants. The local language was not English. It was discussed and understood that some interaction, keep paying attention to the wordings, please, the case. Some interaction during phase 3 of the assignment would be held in the local language, but the language of the assignment was established to be English. DBD Consultancy's estimation and proposal were based on this assumption. Effort about 200% days, cost USD 400,000. 2 consultants and a principal consultant to work. Schedule 6 months. Their initial estimate was 9 months, but the RFP demanded the assignment to be closed in 6 months at all costs. And their project profitability was estimated at that time of project submission, proposal submission, was 20%. So this is how the case has been introduced to you. And then scenarios keep changing. First exercise being asked is draw a relationship diagram and identify risks, if any. Kiran, would you like to speak? What risks do you foresee in this case so far?
No, sorry, I lost you last 60 seconds.
All right,
I'm just back.
So we were just going through the case study has been introduced. The case has been introduced. It's DBD Consultancy. They have been asked to do a project in KSA for a government entity. And in the project, before DBD Consultancy, there are 2 other entities who are also local. English is said to be the language of the assignment, but that is not their local language. It was discussed that in phase 3, some discussions may happen in local language. And then DVD consultancy's estimations, 400,000 USD, 200% days, 20% profitability for them. This is their internal calculation. Their schedule came out to be 9 months estimation, but they had to do this in 6 months. They had to agree to do this in 6 months according to RFP. So at this time, they have pushed 2 questions now put to you. Draw a relationship diagram. So during this webinar, then we can just talk about which are the different entities and identify risks, if any, at this point. That's what the question is for you.
So I think one is the risk of unknown territory, where not having familiarity with the
Right.
local regional communications, because that's going to cause, and
Right.
that's a big matter of worry, because such programs where you have such barrier, it resulted into instead of 6 months, it could shoot up like anything. So
Right.
and that will also shoot up the cost of the project,
Okay.
and may impact the margin.
Which is the topic for today, project economics. So it seems it may impact the costs and the profitability. All right. Okay. Any other risks that could come to mind?
Not at this stage.
One more
And
that
then
could
maybe
yes.
maybe the conflict, because there are already a couple of others partners who are already working on them. So
Right.
getting everyone aligned.
Too many cooks.
Yeah. Spoil the broth.
Right. Yeah, possible. Yes. The third one that may come to mind is that all other 3 entities, they are based in one country, and DVD consultancy has never worked with any one of them in the past. So it's all new for DVD consultancy. All right. Let's move to scenario 1 then. During the evaluation phase, DVD consultancy's proposal submitted through Swift LLP received high ratings for the technical merits. Financial negotiations ensued, and DVD consultancy provided its best offer to secure the project at a 5% reduced no regret price. What is no regret price? Is this clear? The concept?
Yeah.
All right, great. That this is our last and final offer. Beyond this, we will perhaps say no thanks. However, Swift LLP conveyed the client's request for further price reductions. Following internal deliberations, DVD consultancy declined to proceed on those terms. Appears to be realistic. Can this happen?
Rarely.
But can happen. Rarely. What you are saying, you are assume you are the vendor. You are supplying services to me. You have submitted a proposal for services that I asked for, and then I'm asking you to reduce the price. While you already have said that this is our last and best offer, no regret offer. So what do you do? At one point, perhaps then you will say, sorry, we will not be able to do this. You are looking at your project economics. Can happen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So exercise 2. List the factors that DVD consultancy would have considered before declining at this stage. Do project economics play any role here? And identify risks, if any, and for whom. Your thoughts on this, Kiran? Part of this we have already discussed, actually.
Yeah.
Which is, it's all about financials. It's actually project economics playing here. DVD consultancy had expected 20% profitability. Then they came down by 5%. And then they were being asked more. So within their strategic objectives, goals, etc., these are the points that they would have considered. Also saying no, the impacts of saying no. Saying no is easy, but what is the impact that perhaps this client and this combination, either independently or jointly, three entities were there. They may be unhappy and they may not like to do business in future also with DVD consultancy. So that's a risk of saying no. It's not only just the financials for us. By the
And
way,
also an opportunity to get into a new market.
right. Okay. Well, it is not so clear in the case study that whether it was new market for DVD consultancy. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah.
I'll come to the page. Okay. This is where we were. So moving to scenario 2. Assuming the case was closed, DVD consultancy said, sorry, we wouldn't be able to do it. Internal deliberations, whatever points we had to consider, implications of saying no, we understood all those, but we would say no. DVD consultancy was then surprised to receive direct communication from Maple Consultants. So far, they had not come to picture, indicating a preference for DVD consultancy as the vendor. After some time, Swift LLP re-engaged with DVD consultancy, informing them that the project had been awarded to Swift LLP based on DVD consultancy's technical capabilities. Swift LLP insisted that DVD consultancy be part of the assignment as the lead delivery chain. So the exercise question for you is analyze the current situation and identify risks, if any, and for whom. Does it appear to be fishy?
Yeah.
Why? What's fishy here?
Oh, sorry, I'm in a bad network. I think I'm losing in between.
I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
so scenario clear. The DVD consultancy had said no, but after some time, they got a news that the project had been awarded based on technical capabilities of DVD consultancy. In the beginning also, it was said that DVD consultancy were good technically. It was financial negotiation that turned out to be no, but the news comes that project had been awarded based on DVD consultancy's technical capabilities, and then the partner wanted DVD consultancy to be part of this. So if you want to call it fishy, fishy appears to be, we can use any other word. Something wrong happening at least for DVD consultancy.
Yeah, but also could be genuine as well in terms of it could be in negotiation.
Now let me play the role. Let's change the roles. I am DVD consultancy and you are one of those. It may be Swift LLP or the client or the third party, Maple Consultancy. I am DVD consultancy. I said no. So my proposal should have been thrown in the bin. How could a project be awarded based on my capabilities? So that may appear to be a little wrong to me, if any here, because we had said no, we couldn't do it.
Right.
Moving into scenario 3, despite DVD consultancy's continued refusal, and we are still saying, I'm still saying no. Swift LLP emphasized that failure to participate would result in both DVD consultancy and Swift LLP being blacklisted in KSA, which was a significant market. So it was not new entry. It was a significant market for current and future for DVD consultancy. Consequently, just these three entities were new to DVD. Consequently, DVD consultancy reluctantly agreed to proceed with the project at 20% further reduction. DVD consultancy internally decided to depute a junior consultant and a consultant instead of a consultant and a principal consultant. To address a specific aspect of the project requiring external expertise, DBD Consultancy engaged a contractor who agreed to work at a high hourly daily rate. The project's features included a government entity with a large complex structure, a dependency on the local language, low margins, and tight schedules spanning 6 months. So question will be similar. Analyze the situation, see if there are any risks for anyone.
And the risk is going to be there because we are deploying junior staff.
All right. So which role are you playing? Are you client? Are you DBD consultancy? Who will see this as a risk that junior consultant is being deployed?
DBD largely because obviously the payments would be on certain milestones. If the junior staff is not able to achieve.
But DBD consultancy, by deploying junior consultant, is managing another risk, by the way. That's why they are deploying junior consultant.
Right. Because of the cost pressure.
Yes. So initial estimate was 20% profitability. Then they reduced by 5%. And now it is further 20%. So what is the profitability? Where are the economics here?
So unless and until the junior consultant is put in, this might go negative.
Right. That's why to manage that, they attempted, they planned to put junior consultant. Yes, the risk may be from client side. No client will ever be happy. Everyone would like to have president, CEO working on their assignment. So if I tell you, I'm going to use junior consultants in your assignment for you, then you will not be happy. You will have concerns. What do we do then? Assume you are client and I'm DBD consultancy. And I've told you, I could have hidden it from you. It's not clear in the case study whether I told you or not. I'm now saying while we two are discussing live, assume I told you, so okay, we have reduced the cost, we have agreed to your request, but we need to do a little more management. This is a real project program management, cost management happening here. So I'm going to use a little, I will not say junior consultant, a little junior, perhaps I'll say a little less senior, the less experienced consultant, so that I'm able to manage costs. Ball in your court.
Play as a client?
Yes, play the role of the client.
No, so that is definitely not going to be appreciated because while there is a quality is something which as a client he will never like to compromise on that line. But if there is a maybe one is a carrot in terms of the future business, or if this is something which could be looked at as a opportunity that could be looked upon. Else, as a client, maybe I need to.
Your roles. You are mixing your roles.
Okay.
Who will show carrot to whom?
Client will show a carrot to
yes,
DBD in terms of while this is the first assignment which you are working upon, there are future.
Exactly. You will be talking like that, right? That language,
yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah. So that's one thing. But on the back of the mind, there would be, if this also does not work out, then probably there has to be certain trade-off.
So in the interest of time, we'll go fast. Well, if we two were sitting across table, perhaps we would have discussed for long. What I will say, you don't need to worry. We have agreed quality metrics and we will go by those. This is my responsibility. I'm taking this responsibility that we will ensure the same quality to you. You may not have faith immediately in so simply as I'm saying, right? Just stay in this so that we could move on to the next scenario and next exercise. Right, Kiran?
Right.
But yes, reality may be different from what we are saying currently. And we'll spend a lot more time in reality. So let us look at the economics, and we have seen that it seems it's going negative. And then We have seen some positive on behalf of DBD consultancy, whether right or wrong, whether acceptable to the client or not, but they have attempted to manage the cost by putting relatively less experienced resources. During phase 1, scenario 4, I'm reading, which involved conducting a current state assessment, delays occurred due to the client's failure to schedule meetings with top management promptly. Swift LLP informed DBD consultancy that these delays could result in financial penalties, of which DBD consultancy was previously unaware. Additionally, the contract between Maple Consultants and Swift LLP written in the local language was not accessible to DBD consultancy. So once again, exercise, a question to you is your opinion about the health of the project. So financial health we are talking about, or any other parameters if you see at this point in time.
From DBD perspective, I think the financial health, by cutting down the resource, this thing, I think that will keep it intact. Obviously, there has to be certain backend support which also needs to be provided as on when needed. So I think this arrangement will keep them in intact.
Look at scenario 4 once again. So we have changed the gear now. That delays have started occurring within the phase 1, and delays are because of the client, right? But then DBD consultancy is informed that there would be financial penalties which they were not aware of. And then second point, that the contract was written in local language and that was not available to DBD consultancy.
But how is that DBD would have signed the local regional contract without knowing the terms and conditions?
Big question, yes, it is. But we'll have to stay, or we'll continue to stay within the case. This is how the case has been built. Yes.
Maybe they have to take.
See, if you go back, sometimes, Kiran, if you go back, when the DBD consultancy, so you become DBD consultancy, you said no for XYZ reasons. We initiated, but now we are saying no, we don't want to continue with this one. Then you were forced. I wouldn't mind to say at gunpoint. Otherwise, you would be blacklisted in a country which is strategically important to your objectives. So you are kind of doing this under pressure. So in that pressure, perhaps you didn't ask for the contract also. Yeah, I'm doing it now. You are saying, and I'm doing. There may be another contract that was written between you and me, assume. But I have another contract with the parents. That is in local language, and that is not available to you. Whatever we two agreed is with you. And it seems in the case study that there were differences between what you had from me and what I had from the parents. And at this point, all of a sudden, I told you that there are financial penalties for delays. So bad case, it appears, for DBD consultancy. There is no doubt about it. In all three question stages, it seems. In the interest of time, I'm going fast, skipping some portion of this. This is a real lesson, project economics from the full course, in which we spend a lot of time on this case study. And then I have second document, which are possible answers to these from me, the trainer, as a trainer. Even that sheet is shared with you all. Let us look at scenario 8. Some daily meetings were not held according to the schedule. Client used to be missing. Nevertheless, DBD consultancy remained committed to. So when we say client, if they were to you and me, I am the vendor, you are the client. There is a meeting and client is missing, means you are missing. Then what meeting? Means meeting didn't have. Right. In this case, client was missing, but other two entities were there along with DBD consultancy. This is what it means. That's why DBD consultancy remained committed to initiating the next phases concurrently to maintain project momentum. So what we see here is, I'm jumping gun, the DBD consultancy once again is using good project management techniques. Some phases which are scheduled in serial, right? Like waterfall method, as we call it, they attempted to redo, and some phases they attempted to start in parallel. So that once again, schedule would remain within 6 months. Otherwise, there were huge penalties. Obtaining timely response from the client. Identifying appropriate stakeholders and scheduling activities were actually equally critical, and all those were to be done by someone at the client's end, normally the coordinator, project coordinator from client side. DBD consultancy faced challenges in all these areas, with neither Maple Consultants nor Swift LLP actively participating in resolving the issues. So now play the role of DBD consultancy's principal and take a critical view of the situation. What is your recommendation at this point? What factors will you consider in making these recommendations?
We are talking about scenario 8.
Scenario 8, right. By the way, it's first time in life that my camera is off because there was some technical glitch with the bandwidth. In the beginning, I had camera on, and I'll switch it on once again towards the end. Hopefully, it'll be fine. So what
I think
said,
the scenario
yes.
8, I think it is coming back on track is what
Appears to be, right? All right.
appears to be. It is coming back on track.
I thought I would have said as a principal, I'm not saying I'm not the project program manager from DBD consultancy. I'm their boss, principal. And about you assume weeks gone, months gone. I was sleeping. It seems I was sleeping so far. I didn't come into picture. The moment I come into picture and I look at this, it's negative in the beginning itself. Why are we doing this? And then we are attempting to do from our side different ways of staying on track, keeping the project healthy. But it seems it's all going wrong because of the client. Delays at client's end, meetings not being scheduled by client, etc., etc. So as a principal, would you like to switch it off at this moment?
Not really immediately at this stage, but maybe we'll give some guidelines in case on what principles we should really look at to the project team, so that they are aligned to it, and any deviation it could be reported to as a principal, because end of day, from a legal compliance and from a brand reputation perspective, so it is very important that everything is kept intact and we don't take the risk.
Very good. Very good. But do you think if still keeps going on negatively because of client specifically, not because of your team, is at any point would you like to pull off the plug? It started with gunpoint. Anyway, in the beginning itself, it was negative. You didn't want to do. You agreed because of strategic importance also, and because there was a threat, if you want to use that word, that you would be blacklisted. But
yeah, blacklisted for this company, right? Not from the entire market or industry.
What did it say? In the country.
Okay.
It's a government entity.
Okay.
So it may be just this entity, yes. It may be all government entities because they would like to listen to each other, and it could be from the whole country. The case actually said from the country. and country was strategically important.
So maybe I would have put it, if I would have been in principle, I would have put it that if there are further delays, then that has to be compensated at whatever, because it's only at some
Right.
bit where the organization can go negative about
Yeah,
it.
so that's exactly, that's why I'm saying I'm discussing this point. This is why it has been built like this in the case study. You came to that point, right? While you said compensation, you're looking at compensation. You may be looking at compensation. Me, the client, the three parties showing you the contract that there are financial penalties on to you if you delay. So you is missing there for delays, whether it's because of me or because of you. There are penalties. So you may like to say the board exactly that you came to, that there is a limit. It seems you are approaching to your limits now. We attempted, but now perhaps even at the cost of losing this territory, then we'll have to do our risk management. Find a new territory then, if we get blacklisted, because otherwise we are going so negative, perhaps it's beyond our appetite now. Almost that word you said, right? Approaching your limits, crossing your limits, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So, and the real course, when we are spending more time on the case study, there is exercise 11 also, lessons learned, and there's a lot that we would have said. Quickly, you say 2-3 points, I can say 2-3 points. What could be the lessons learned in this case study? And specifically, we are looking lessons learned for DVD consultancy, because that appeared to be at the receiving end in this case study. What should they do differently, at least in future?
So one is on the always having a regional review whenever there is such kind of,
Right.
Because the contract is actual black and white
Right.
document. So no compromise on that. I think that is one of the very important aspect.
Right.
This thing, and obviously the rest of the stuff in terms of how much negative or how much profitable you want to keep it, that's depends upon the case to case, whether it's a new territory, new market, new opportunity, larger client, and also from a future business coming from that.
Right.
I think the first one which I said, I think contracting is one of the important. Another is protecting the also from the bottom line perspective as well. Having appropriate clauses to be covered in terms
Exactly.
of delays at our end, and then obviously that has to be
Right.
compensated also from the delays at client end as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Couple of other points you could say, and when we spend more time on this, we will be able to make a better list. It seems they were missing on some basic principles of project management. While they attempted to do that cost management, they did attempt to do that, but in the beginning itself, the point that you said, contract agreement missing, not being asked. One point that we missed, actually skipped, was that when they submitted first deliverable, which was the report, it was said not acceptable because they missed a good practice of agreeing the format, template, language, etc., of the deliverables. Language was said to be English, template, other documentation standards that to be followed. When you say it's not up to my expectations, what are your expectations? I perhaps missed to judge, to understand, and to bring those on paper in black and white. So coming back to this, I hope you can see the case study slide once again.
Yeah.
DVD consultancy. You are still looking at time also. 10 more minutes, and I wanted to play with a tool also. I would like you to play with the tool, which I need to share with you. In the course, I provided another sheet along with that, which is the answer. After we have had discussions with the students, with the participants, then I share that as well. A little longer. If you look at components of project cost. One of the point was here. If you remember, the project manager, Raj, struggling. In this case, DVD consultancy, assume he was from DVD consultancy. So if I want to manage project costs, I need to first know the components. So that's what the intention here is quickly. There are direct costs, indirect costs, contingency cost, opportunity cost, and sunk costs. Some are or cannot be perhaps controlled much, but one that immediately comes to mind is, if you look at direct costs, it's the salaries that could be attempted. In some cases, there are live cases across the globe when just-in-time concept came in, because we didn't want to store a lot of inventories, saving space, saving costs, etc. there. Various components, as we say. Let us spend some time on project estimation. Intention is not to teach an estimation technique, because that may be another course that they can take 2-3 days also. But it is done for effective project planning, resource allocation, effort, budgeting, risk management, time, stakeholder communication, etc. We estimate effort schedule. This is important point. Based on my experience, I am saying that people, even senior people in some organizations, do not understand the difference between effort and time. This project will take 3 months, and the project will take 300% days. There is a difference between these two. The first is schedule. When we say it will take 3 months, is a schedule. But the second is effort, 300% days. Theoretically, one person working on this will take 300 days, because I'm saying effort is 300% days. Put one person, it will take 300 days. But if we put 10, we will be able to finish this in 30 days. That is schedule. If we look at key considerations in project economics, there are techniques like expert judgment, past data analysis. We can pick up from past similar project was done, so this is going to cost the same. Industry benchmarks, if were available, and we could ask some vendors to provide us inputs also. That this type of assignment is to be done. How much will this cost? Effort, time, schedule, all could be asked for. Coming to this concept called cost benefit analysis quickly, is a significant focus in project management, helping project managers evaluate potential returns and benefits against project cost, leading to maximizing profitability and delivering value to stakeholders. And we saw some play around that in the case study also. Enable the cost control and monitoring, enable project managers to keep a close eye on project expenditures, ensuring projects stay within approved budgets and resources are utilized efficiently. Key steps, and I'm skipping some portion because I wanted to come to this point quickly. A small simple tool, I'll again give me a few seconds, I'll share that with you and I'll request you to play with that. When we have been talking about project profitability at what point, how do we do, what do we do, which components do we play with, etc. That's what I'm attempting to do here for you, with you. Simple tool. I've sent an Excel sheet, which I'll open on the screen also, but you may like to play it on your laptop, on your machine. I hope you have been able to download it.
I got only the case study.
I have done just now. I've sent one in the chat box again.
No date received.
Profit calculations.
No.
Excel sheet. No worries. I'm opening it on my screen, but after the webinar, I'll share that once again, everything with you. So this is how it is, a small, simple tool. You can see it now, right? on
Yeah.
my some parameters taken: revenue, cost of goods supplied, other expenses, then total cost, which is some of these 400 plus 10, and then future cash flows. Initial investment 1000 unit could be rupees or pounds or dollars. Then we calculate gross profit margin, net profit, break-even point, and profitability index based on the values given currently in the tool. And then I have put plus or negative. Increasing this will be in favor of you, will impact you positively. But increasing this will impact you negatively. So your intention will be, this should be as low as possible. This should be as low as possible. This should be as high as possible. With the current values, we see gross profit margin is 20%. Net profit is 18%. So which appears to be good. And break-even point, even if I sell whatever product I'm developing, selling, less than 1, which is 0.82. Even if I sell less than 1, I'll be at break-even point. Break-even point is when my investments or my return is equal. What is worrying here is profitability index. Anything less than 1 is not good for the project. So how do we use this, or how does this help us? Start playing with this. That's what I was calling. It's a game. Dirtying your hands. I'll make few changes here and let's see how does it impact the figure. Assume I say revenue becomes 1000 because increasing it's good. Did you notice the change? I'm changing revenue from 500, I'm making this 1000. Profits have gone up. Break-even point has reduced, but there is no impact on profitability. That's still below 1. So this is still not viable project. If I increase cost of goods, assume I'm saying increase, it impacts my profitability negatively. And that's why there was negative. It should go down. If I make it 200, by the way, my profitability goes up. But I still see that profitability index is not changing. Assuming, coming back to the original values, sorry. I control my initial investment. And again, that's negative. So if I increase it, profitability index goes down. If I say that initial investment I'll control somehow, perhaps I'll spend less on marketing, possible. It's reaching 1. This is how we see changing various parameters, and we can see the impact, how these are impacting us. And we can attempt to manage our projects accordingly. We need to spend a little more time in playing with it, because what we see so far in 2 minutes that we have spent, Kiran, I hope you will.
Yeah.
But I agree. The units is not changing yet. And I cannot sell less than a unit. I need to sell at least 1. So if we talk of the project, for example, I'm saying delivering excellence program that I have created, how many students shall be present? How many courses should I sell to be at break-even point? And after that, start making profits, etc. That's what it means. And there cannot be less than 1 student. Concept may be a course which is 10 students. So 0.8 will still mean there are 8 students. So I'm repeating that in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, perhaps we just got the gist that there is a tool available. We can play with it and can attempt to control the economics of our project. All right. Coming
Yes.
back to my slides, let's see what's remaining. So commitment is the recording, the case study, the answer, as well as the tool will be shared with you all. There are 10 challenges currently almost all organizations would have. And they are, according to me, the possible solutions. What we see is about 50% can be taken care of by delivering excellence. What is delivering excellence? What does it mean? There's a full course around that, which ultimately what happened, Raj was a happier after attending this course, after learning and then doing a little more. A happier project manager stands as a powerful and transformative concept in the realm of project management. It has the potential to elevate ordinary project managers to exceptional ones. Some transformation happened for Raj, just as it did for Raj. He learned to manage costs, estimate accurately, and analyze benefits, making smart decisions to keep projects on budget. So if you are participants, those watching live, participating, there's only Kiran today by chance, but people may be watching it later on. There's a lot that is covered in this course, delivering excellence. The way it has been designed is that there are case studies, world-class case studies. One we saw, there are 21 in all. There are 30 exercises that we do. So it's all hands-on practice. That's what the USP of the course is. Happy to share the feedback that I have received, which is unbelievable. I am touching 100% NPS. There are different types of exercises also, individual, group, we play roles also. We attempted to do that in the case study also. And whatever tools we use during our discussions, all those are for you to take away. My book, personally signed, My Experiments with Organizational Resilience Part 1 to all participants of the course. And also an offer to contribute a chapter in my comic book if anyone wants. Lifelong support, ask questions whenever. Ultimate is the last one, I would say. While the learning is teaching, is training, is group learning. But after the training, post-course, everyone has an opportunity to spend 30 minutes one-on-one free coaching in my or through my resilience OPD. I wish to stop now, only 2 minutes. So skipping this portion, what may come to mind? We're talking about excellence, delivering excellence, the one we started about project program. I'm not a project program manager, but all of us in life, formally or informally, manage projects in professional and in personal lives. So it's for all of us, but I've attempted to write something specifically for the people who may like to see, and it's a long list. Quality people, yes. Finance people, yes. Procurement people, everyone has projects. IT has projects. So they need to learn these tricks. And by joining this, I say you become riper. This is my creation, redeployable, incrementable, promotable, employable, and retainable. You get 2 certificates. The course is CPD certified, 24 CPE. Credits are available. CPD of UK. This is where I would like to stop for a couple of questions. Kiran, if you would like to raise any questions or suggestions or inputs.
No, I'm
How
good.
would the discussions?
Yeah, I'm good for now. I also need to drop. I have a hard stop now.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming in,
Thank you.
and you were interactively participated very well. Thanks a lot. If any questions later on, please feel free to write to me.
Sure.
This recording, as I committed, everything will be shared with you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye for now.